Continuing our streak of talking about the more low-key players on the roster that haven't gotten quite as much shine as the Lauri Markkanens or the Jordan Clarksons or the Walker Kesslers or even Keyonte George, I believe that it is time to go ahead and give a shout out to Taylor Hendricks, who's been flying under the radar despite being the number 9th pick in this past draft. Now, he does stand as a staggering 6'9" with 215 pounds under his belt. We do understand him as being a big that is hyper athletic, has the ability to protect the rim, and also has a solid shooting touch. But we haven't quite gotten to see that in the NBA. Obviously, he only played in one game, in which it was the first one, the season opener against the Sacramento Kings. Now that game ended up in a loss, 114-130, and he ended up playing 2 minutes in that one, grabbing one board and getting fouled on a shot attempt, which led to him going 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Shortly after that, he was assigned to the G League team, the Salt Lake City Stars. And what I would like to go ahead and shout out is his G League debut game. Now in that game, he did end up putting up 17, 7, and 2 to go along with 3 blocks in just 27 minutes. Now, he shot 7 of 15 from the floor and 2 of 7 from beyond the arc. So the three-point shot is there, and the overall shooting touch has been shown. The issue is, at the very beginning, he was held out of Summer League because of a hamstring injury, and that kind of hindered his immediate development into a significant piece on this roster. Combine that alongside the fact that Lauri Markkanen, Walker Kessler, and John Collins to go along with Kelly Olynyk are all ahead of him probably on the depth chart, and he just kind of gets minutes where he fits in. And so far, because the team is losing, there haven't been that many extra minutes to just spare and give him the opportunity to get some burn, which again is why he's been assigned to the G League team. In that G League matchup, he also played alongside Josh Christopher and Bryce Sensabaugh, who have also been assigned to the G League team. And while those players provide a certain level of upside in their own right, I wanted to focus on Taylor Hendricks because he hasn't quite had the opportunity to show what he's capable of, despite the immense impact on the game he could potentially have. Now, he was drafted number 9th overall for a specific reason, and that's because he has the versatility to fit the modern NBA era. That being said, it's going to take a significant amount of improvement on his end, and just the ability for him to be healthy and available alongside his development for him to get significant minutes at this next level. Many people question that if he was really as good as I claim he is, why has he not seen the court more in live game action? And the simple fact of the matter is, there's a lot of guys ahead of him that are capable of doing similar things to him, or just have been veterans in the league and have been so efficient in their time on the team that there just isn't any wiggle room for him. When you think about Lauri Markkanen, he is the star of the team. This team goes as he goes. When you think about John Collins, they traded for him by giving up Rudy Gay in a 2nd-round draft pick, so the cost was extremely low, and for the efficiency that he's putting up right now, the upside has been so incredibly high, you cannot deny it. Defensively, there have been a couple issues, but overall, when you factor in the fact that Walker Kessler, when healthy, is the dynamic center that they expect to have on the team, along with his seemingly improved shooting touch from beyond the arc, and that pushes him immediately to the bench. Now, if you look at the bench, Kelly Olynyk is really the only big that comes off the floor, that enters the game and plays significant minutes. That being said, you have also seen the likes of your Fontekios find minutes, and some people would say, well, he doesn't provide the defensive upside that Taylor Hendricks can. And while that is true, they play 2 different roles. Fontecchio is known for being a 3-point shooter and kind of being hideable on defense. If his 3-point ball isn't falling, then there's no reason to play him because he lacks a defensive edge that the likes of Taylor Hendricks and other players on the roster do. That being said, Taylor Hendricks needs to round out his offensive game to find, for 1, minutes on the team. And for 2, once minutes are found, he will end up having to capitalize on those minutes to make sure that the team finds extra spaces for him to play in the game. Now, part of this is also because the team just can't find its perfect identity just yet. Lauri Markkanen is the star. Walker Kessler, when healthy, is expected to be that leading center. John Collins has solidified himself as the starting power forward because of his efficiency and ability to play off Lauri Markkanen without taking away shot attempts from him. And his efficiency has been so phenomenal, it leads to the team being so front court dominant that the guards' issues have become such a glaring problem. Now, Keyonte George has seen a little bit of that issue being solved, overall putting together 20 assists in the past 2 games, both of which him starting in those games, to only 2 turnovers, which is a 10-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio, which is a godsend compared to what Talen Horton-Tucker had before. That being said, it's not all peaches and cream because Keyonte George has had a more simplified version of the offense to run than THT, despite his quicker twitch decision making and his ability to get that ball out at a split moment's notice. That being said, I do believe Keontae George is a starting point guard for this team, and I believe Taylor Hendricks, despite being the higher overall draft pick, just needs to wait his turn. Keontae George fills a hole in this team that is a need. In the video that I had before, I claimed that the only reason why Taylor Hendricks hasn't really found minutes is because the team doesn't need him right now, which can be a good thing because it allows him to be brought on along more so the Ochai Agbaji route or the Walker Kessler route. I've heard both, and I really agree with both of them. He's going to see a lot of play right now on the G League affiliated team before he actually gets the opportunity to fill in spot minutes on the NBA team. That being said, his opportunity will come, and I'm pressed to say that it might even be before this season concludes. And at that point, we'll really get to see what type of player he is in a consistent minute standing. That being said, you guys let me know what you think about Taylor Hendricks in the comments below. Let me know if you think he'll crack the rotation before the trade deadline, or if you think it's going to take a borderline blockbuster move by the Utah Jazz front office before you get to see the likes of him in a significant role that sees him playing more than 10 minutes a night. That being said, as always, it's been your boy Wraith Hoops. Thanks for tuning in this video. Go ahead and like the video so that it can push the content of the channel and the community out towards the masses. Go ahead and subscribe, turn on those post notifications, and as always, good morning, good evening, good night, no matter where you are on the globe watching. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.